Because here's tired of hearing here at top today. Oh, Chris, just wait till the mall is on.
Chris is going to kick you out of Morgan Hill, Eric.
I know, but it's okay.
He'll go back.
I'll be a fly on the wall. So, at this time, you know, we have a tradition here. She's always kind of in the back, but Bette, I need you to go all the way to the back.
All right.
So, today, we're going to have a special guest speaker. And how many of you actually have had a one-on-one with Bette? Isn't she awesome? You speak up.
Yes.
Isn't she awesome? Hey, what is it? They like to sleep today, huh?
It's January, man.
I see. It's January.
Yeah.
All right. So, you know, Bette is going to talk to us today about a very important topic. And the topic is 10 success principles. How many of you brought pen and paper? How many of you need me to give you a minute or two to get that paper and pen out?
Got it for him.
Oh, Bette says she already got it. I love it. So why don't we wait for David Chaco and Timothy Bull to sit down? Thank you. Welcome back, guys. So, I promise you will all go away with some golden nuggets today. That's one thing here at the GNA that we'd like to do is make it to where it's valuable for you. So, on that note, why don't I get everybody to stand up. And I want you to get as loud as you can and help me welcome Bette Daoust.
You got your name right.
To start, I'm going to pass some papers around for taking notes. I'm taking partial notes for everybody. That's the important part. So it's interesting as you prepare for a talk. I used to be a professional speaker at one point in time. I gave that up 4 years ago when I went in to get a job. I had a job. Can you hear me okay back there? Okay. I had a job, but that job disappeared just recently. And I thought, oh wow, this is my absolute perfect chance to come and talk to people again. My job didn't involve talking to 300 or 400 people at a shot. It was mostly online and virtual, but this is the best part. This is where you get to, what we call it, dress the flesh, talk to people, form those relationships, do all kinds of other wonderful things. So has everybody got their sheet now? Yes. I want to go over it for a second. Pardon me, I have a cold, but I'm here anyway. Not a cold, it's the end of it.
Okay.
It's from flying around.
One more sheet.
Oh, one more sheet. They are back there. They're right there. Okay, David has them. Yeah, there's plenty back there. I thought, droves and droves and droves of people were going to show up for me.
Same here.
We all did.
Oh, yeah, I have printed 200. No, I didn't.
We pumped it up enough, didn't we?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
But it's fine. It's Wednesday. 2 important things here. There are 2 links listed at the top. They have my name, bdaoust.successin10steps.com. That is absolutely free. It is generic, doesn't mention any company, nothing. It's absolutely great. It's about 80 pages, and it is the expanded version of what I'm going to talk about today. So it's probably something you want to download. The other one, Colors to Success, that is the way we divide people into sort of 4 quadrants. You've probably done those personality tests where you're a this, a that, or the other thing. I'm going to talk a little bit about it today. And then the rest of them are the steps. But you'll notice at the very bottom, I have a blog, What is Antioxidant? There's my Twitter, my Facebook, and my LinkedIn. Please friend me. That's sort of one of the requirements for me. I love to have friends. Because then I can give you more information at all times. Because part of my job, I'm an author. I'm a speaker, I'm a consultant. And what I do is I work a lot with people. Yes, I have products that I promote, and I'm going to promote them here. So my biggest question to everybody is, why are you really here? Can anybody give me an answer?
You have to wake them up. They're really tired today.
To connect with people.
Connect with people? Yes?
I came to hear you speak.
Right on.
Nice.
David, why are you here?
To hear you speak.
Because I talked to you yesterday.
And connect and see right here.
Okay, fantastic. David has copies of a couple of my books. Have you read them yet?
I'm getting there, I'm getting that.
If you ask Elias if he's read them,
Elias has no time for anything. He's promoting all the time.
that's right.
So
Most of us come here, we want to be our own boss. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. We don't want someone telling us what to do. Or maybe sometimes we do. But we want to work and we want to socialize with people. So some of us come here so we have another social venue, which is great because you get to talk to people. You want to share your outlook on life. You want to share your personal experiences. You want to share what you have to say. But at the same time, you have to listen to what others have to say. So then you can find sort of that common ground. Do you want the self-satisfaction of achieving your own goals? And the self-satisfaction of helping others achieve theirs. Now, to me, that's the biggest thing. If you help enough people be successful, Eric and Elias, they're definitely going to be successful themselves. But the first step comes from you. You absolutely have to step out of that comfort zone and know that you're helping other people. That's why we join networking events. And of course, some of the other reasons are we want our own financial independence, and I know that most of us, when you start a new venture, a franchise, an MLM, or a new business, sometimes that profit is way down the road. And that's where it comes to paying it forward. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. You absolutely have to. No matter why you're here, you absolutely need these 10 steps for success. So let's take a look at the first one. To me, this is really crucial. Past is the past. How many people have had friends say, what are you doing that for? Because you tried it before and it didn't work. Anybody heard that one?
Oh, yeah.
Exactly.
All the time.
All the time. Or somebody gives you an opinion. Oh, well, when you were growing up, you weren't very entrepreneurial, so what do you think you're doing? Anybody get that one? So it's all of those negative things that people try to put together
Interrupt the whole thing.
to stop you from being a success, and that's not where you want to go. The past is the past is the past. What you did yesterday may have an effect on what you do today, but it's certainly not where you're going to go. So today you may make up your mind, you're going to go and listen to Kenny tonight, you're going to get all inspired, you're going to be motivated, be physically active. And if you weren't yesterday, so what? It's today that counts. So just remember, it is today that counts. Today will always count. Never, ever rely on your past failures or what you've done in the past to predict your future. Because it's not true, unless you want to make it that way. I know we all get into habits and patterns and different things in the way we go. But what you've done in the past is the past. You learn, you grow, you meet new people, you get new experiences. Enables you to propel yourself forward. So the biggest thing there is just never rely on your past failures. And I put a little thing in there, just don't try and wrestle a pig. It means everybody gets dirty, right? Let's not go there. I mean, when you get into politics, that's what happens. They're wrestling pigs all the time. They're not relying on their own self. Okay, step 2. I have to make sure I know how much time we've got, because I could talk forever. So
About 12:25. I'll give you a 5-minute warning.
Oh, that means I have to really rush the last 6 steps?
Possibly. You have about 20 minutes left or so.
Okay. Okay, give me a 10-minute one.
I'll give you a 10-minute
Then I
warning.
won't have to talk really fast when we get to the end and we get all the stuff.
Sounds good.
Okay, step 2, understand your business life expectancy. How many know the statistics on a new business starting in the first year of their statistics of success? I don't want to go into failure side. How many people know? What percent? 20?
I might just have blank. But it's more over 80%.
Anybody have a guess?
I
Correct.
think it's 20%.
It's actually only 10% survive the first year. 10% survive, 90% never get it. Of that 10%, only 10% of them will last 4 to 5 years. So just think about that. If you're not doing the right steps today, don't be a part of the statistic that never got to be in that 10% that survived. And why does that happen? That's the big thing. Because every time we hit a roadblock, we look at it and go, oh, I can't do this. No. It would be like me walking out the middle of a speech. Oh, it's just too hard. There's too many people out there. I can't do this. Okay. So you have to watch. You're building an organization. You're building your company. Take a look at the people that are around you. If you find that as soon as they hit an obstacle, they're going somewhere else, start working with them. Help them get over the obstacles. It's really important. And the other part of it is understand what gets you excited about why you're doing what you're doing. Because if you let an obstacle get in your way, you couldn't have been all that excited about it. I like to pick on Kate. Kate has this wonderful thing. She was going to have a store in November. That hasn't stopped her. When is it now?
Probably in February.
So it's probably, but that's not stopping you doing what you need to do.
No.
At all. So it's coming up. So a lot of people go, oh my gosh, they're never going to do this, and go in the left turn. How many people have hit a big block and walked the other way? Most of us, I know I have. Too many people said no to me, I can't do this. You get really depressed about it. So we have to get past that. If you need sales, then you have to realize that your business is a listening business. Every business is a listening business. When you listen, sales go up, and your chances of success are huge. Ever walk into some stores, I won't name them, and you're a customer, so they ignore you entirely, or they're trying to sell you something immediately. I was going to use Victoria's Secret, I don't know if you guys relate to this one. You walk in, you get about 50 people around, you want this? No, I'm just looking. So what's your response? No, I'm just looking. Or you walk into a coffee shop and the waitress comes along and she offers coffee. Some of you will take it, some of you won't. Does she care whether you say no? No, of course not. But you can still build a relationship with her. So just think about it that way. Even the people that say no, build the relationship. You never know where they can take it. That could be your tier 2 referral. Tier 1 are the people you're meeting with. Tier 2 is their referrals. You never know who they know, so don't worry about your numbers. And one of the biggest things is, on this piece, is always mentor your team, whether you're an MLM, or people in your company to be successful. Give them a real high level of mentorship. Be there for them. Inspire them. People don't want to work for a company where the boss couldn't care less. Or the boss says, we're all a family. And by the way, I'm cutting half the staff. Okay? I came from that work. It was John Chu. Shouldn't have said that.
That's okay.
Cut that piece out. Please.
Well, that's extra work.
We are the company. We are the company family, and we look after each other. Oh, by the way, half of you are being let go because I'm hiring them all in another country. So that's not where you want to go. You want to mentor. You want to look at their expertise. Everybody has a fault, but get over it. Work with what their strengths are, because the more you push on their strengths, the weaknesses tend to follow. You start working on the weaknesses, guess what happens? You get mediocrity. And that's not where you want to go. So help people inspire to all that they can be, and then you will be all that you can be. Step 4, questions. Business is not what they tell you. If you're doing direct marketing or direct selling, it's strictly a numbers game. Don't ever kid yourself. How many people get in the door? How many coffees do we sell? How many pizzas do we sell? You know, how many pieces of clothing are going out the door? It is straight numbers, and they build it on numbers, not on relationships. If you're in a people business, such as multi-level marketing, it is not a direct marketing business. Sorry guys, it is a relationship business. And it's only the relationships that count. Sometimes we don't get distributors, so what? They may become customers. What do we do with the customer? Just let them keep ordering and never connect with them? Just remember, they also have tier 2 people that can benefit. So just think about it that way. But what you must really understand is you can never, ever, ever shortcut on the relationship side of your business. The minute you try to jump over the relationship or automate it in any way, you're doomed. Your success rate goes right down. And there's one other component to that. If you have to close a sale, it means convince the person to either buy the product, become a distributor, or come back into your store. You have to close them. That means their opinion wasn't quite there, but you closed them and they bought it anyway. They are still of the same opinion, which means they're not sold on you. They got sold something. So when it comes to the reorder for the next month, guess what you have to do? You have to resell them. And that's not where you want to go. You want the relationship, you want them comfortable, trust you, understand where you're coming from, taking it all from there. So what you really need to do is spend time. How many people have done 8 to 10 one-on-ones with anyone this week?
Not that many, but we're getting there.
We're getting there. Oh, it's only Wednesday. How many people have done at least 6? Good. That's where you want to go. 10 to 12, minimum of 2 one-on-ones every single day. It's because then you're starting to build the relationship. It could be just going for coffee. Oh, I know we met a couple of weeks ago. Let's go for coffee and let's just see where you are in your business, and I'll see where I am online, see how much it is. You're building a relationship. One-on-one does not do it. It's 2, it's 3, it's 4. Schedule it out for a year. Say, okay, let's meet on a regular basis, and this is when we'll meet. And you can do that right on your first one-on-one, so you know when you're going to meet them again. Really important, because you're building a relationship. You don't do it just one-on-one. Just remember, you should spend a lot of time with people you do not know. Well, you know, you say, oh, I want to sell to my aunt or uncle. You do that. You come here, these are people, well, maybe not all of them, but a number of people you do not know. Spend time with them. And what do? You listen to what they have to say and ask questions. Continually ask questions. Ask them about, they may say something about a pet, and you have a pet. Now you've got a common bond, so start asking questions about their pet. Gather the data. If you really want to put it into CRM software, customer relation management software, great, do it at home. Take your notes by hand and just, oh, that's interesting. I didn't know that. My dog's birthday is on this day, or whatever it happens to be. Because you never know. It could be Lisa's dog walking. I know Lisa. Oh, you need a dog walk. You know, I know that type of person. You only know that by listening to what they have to say and taking notes. But your real job here is to understand people. You really have to understand people. Because put yourself first. If you put yourself first, you will end up like most Americans at the age of 65 with a negative net worth. That's not where we want to go. Step 5. You have the greatest product on earth, and people don't buy you, it's not going anywhere. I have a cure for the common cold. Cure for the common cold. Great, is everybody gonna flock to me? Well, do they trust me? Do they believe me? Do I have enough information that I can give them? Do they have a relationship with who I am? No, well, they're probably not gonna buy it, because who the heck is Dr. Bette Daoust? Who cares? So they buy you, they don't buy your products. So you need to spend that time studying people, as I mentioned before. Study them. And I have a little chart, and you'll find it in that Color to Success. That's a free ebook for you as well. Understand people, learn the color codes of people. Yellow, green, blue, and red. I think most of us have seen that. Yellows are the nurturers. The green people are the CPA types, number crunchers. Very down into the numbers and the details. And then you have the blue that will sell you anything. The box moves, turns around, and they can sell it to you, they will. They're after awards. They know exactly where they're going. They're not coachable. And there's the reds. Those are the CEOs, the leaders that impose their ideas on you. Totally not trainable, never going to follow a system. Not probably the best employee in the world. But if you can capture one of those, and they can lead a big group, great. So it's just sort of a component of, if you think that all that matters is you, remember, you will never succeed if all you think about is you. What you have to do is think about the other you. How's my time, Elias?
You've got about 12 minutes.
Okay. That's about right, because I'm on step 6.
Perfect.
Step 6, really important. Do you think out of the prospect? You gotta flip the table. Every time you practice your presentation, how are you gonna take it? I noticed the other day someone was trying to push something on me, and I'm like, you know how that feeling gets? Like, what are they selling me? And there's no relationship. Oh, by the way, I do this, this, and this, and I can do this for you, and I can do that for you, and I'm kind of thinking, do you even know what I want? There's just no way. They couldn't know what I wanted. Well, you look like you're the agent. Okay. Bringing the agent into this? Now I've got my back row. Like, what has age got to do with it? Or they come at you, you know, they're pushing some weight loss and exercise program just because they figure most people don't exercise and they need to lose a few pounds. Well, yeah, most of us do, but you know, don't come to me with that, especially a female. Oh, I think you could lose a little poundage off your hips or that kind of stuff. Really? Do you think that I don't want to do that? Or well, you don't even know me. So don't push it on me. So I'm going to give you a little quiz here. This is time for you to write something down. You may not be able to get through all of it. Okay, list the teachers that had an impact on you. Just one or two of them. There are a couple of teachers that had an impact. Can you name one or two friends that have helped you through a difficult time? You just go first names. Can you name a couple of people who have taught you something worthwhile? Think of 5 people, just first names, you spend a lot of time with. A lot of time with. It could be family, it could be friends, it could be anybody. Do you have any heroes that inspired you? Now you'll notice from your list, did you write down their credentials? Did you write down how much money they make? Do you know who has the most awards? Probably not. You're writing down those people because they had a significant impact on you. They're the ones that care about you. Now, if you can turn yourself around as the prospect and understand where that comes from, it makes a big difference. We all care whether Elias has a big audience, and we make people come here by bringing visitors, even though there's none today. We care about Eric because he helps us move forward or pay it forward. So we have that caring relationship with a number of folks. But you have to remember, it's the care part. Anybody ever read Peanuts? Charles Schultz? Do you know that Disney would not hire him because some boss who didn't know him told him he had no talent and no creativity? So that's why I say you have to form that relationship first. If that person had formed the relationship, Disney might have owned Peanuts. But they didn't. Because somebody went ahead of it, thought about themselves, and then told somebody else something else. You just have to make sure your prospects understand if they're going to buy from you or be a part of your team, that they're going to be able to do what you do. And if you concentrate on relationships, you're 90% of the way there. No yelling at each other, by the way.
Yeah.
So I'm doing pretty good. I'm not coughing too much. I'm good.
We're more concerned about the yelling part between us, yeah. Sorry.
I'm having a freak out. You know that 90% of Americans want to start their own business? They just don't know where to start is the number one reason. The other reason is they think the investment is far too high. Here's a real doozy. They think it's going to take time to build a business. Okay. I mean, something else going to do it. I guess that's get rich quick. I don't think we're going there. They also, if the little bit of money they do have, if they invest it, they think it's far too risky. Well, what's the darn risk if it's your time and it's your relationships? There is absolutely no risk in being in business if you are passionate about what you're doing and form relationships with people. You will always find a sale. Might not be a lot of sales initially, but those sales turn into more and over a period of time. That risk isn't even there, but most people think it is. They're scared. I can't join that company. I can't buy a McDonald's franchise. What if nobody shows up? I mean, you get these false fears under them. And that's one of the points that I made earlier. The past is the past. Don't even go. So the secret to your business, obviously, is lead generation. We are here because we are going to generate leads from the relationships that we build. Then we have prospects. The relationship is built, we've got some connections, we know a couple of people that might want to buy our products. They become prospects at that point. Do you know sometimes it takes 9 to 11 follow-ups to move a prospect from just learning about your product? If they don't buy it on the spot, you just have to keep following up. Don't bug them, but just keep following up. 9 to 11 times. That's the average. So how many people follow up 9 to 11 times? How many here?
Sometimes more.
Okay, yeah, I've done more. So it could even be 22. They always tell us that no means no right now, but maybe not no in the future. I'm kind of dubious about that particular one. I just keep presenting them or get them on a mailing list so they understand. For me, it's health components. Just keep mailing. So having your own business really means listening. Listening, listening. I've said it a few times. Listen, 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 listen. I think it was Kate that said, 2 ears and 1 mouth. Use it that way. So in theory, you need a system that works. Something that works for you, something that you can say, okay, this is the system I use, this is how it works for me, this is something you should be able to do. Because once again, you're not going back, you don't care about the credentials, you don't care about how much money they have. You don't care if they have awards. You care about their passion. They have to have that passion for it. So your big job in lead generation is to start to drive people towards you, a website or whatever it may be, to get their interest level. Call them, follow up. So that's how you work on your own business. The next step, get and keep your people. This is a hard one because because if you're in MLM, you're well over 650 MLMs, all vying for your time and your attention. You have to understand how to set yourself apart. You know what the number one way is? You should know by now. Any guess? Relationship. Relationship, relationship, relationship. So I say, you go to a network and you get 500 people, buy this, buy that, buy the other thing. And I'm selling this, you're going to join my organization. Oh, you weren't doing that before? Oh, no, I have a passion of my own. I'll buy products from everybody because I think that that's, if I want to use the product, I have no issue with buying products from people, but don't push me unless you know me. So that relationship becomes really great. And the other part of this to get and keep your people is you have to know your product or products. You have to know them inside out. I'm sorry, most people say, oh, it doesn't matter if the product's really good, they'll sell and sell. It doesn't matter. You have to be able to explain them, say the details, tell them your personal experience. If you haven't taken them, then at least you have some people that have and want it's done for them. So it's not feature, it's benefit, benefit, benefit. Little homework item for you is, I want you to write out 12 benefits for one or two of your products. You can write out 12 benefits. When you're talking to people, one of those benefits is going to pop into your head. Ooh, it will help this person because of this benefit. Then you can circulate and just make sure when you're talking to that one person, you're focusing on one benefit. People don't care about 10 or 12 benefits. They want to know the one thing that affects them. That's true. I met somebody yesterday had an autoimmune system deficiency. There was a naturopath sitting right beside her. Perfect connection. So they talked about that one component. Perfect. Now when you do your own lead generation system, get one that's going to create quality leads for you. In theory, well, I guess in reality, everyone, anyone, or someone doesn't cut it. As everyone, my product is for everybody. Well, good. How do you narrow down your market and focus? You can't. So just remember, remove those. Or I'm a full-service automotive center. Then a couple of weeks later, you come out, and by the way, I've got specials on tires. I didn't know you sold tires. Same reason. Full service doesn't mean anything to people. Focus. The biggest thing with generating the leads, make sure the leads you generate enable you to create the relationship with those folks. In MLM, quite often you will stop recruiting after a while and working the system, but you still have to be a mentor back to those that have joined your organization to help them understand that part of it. Work with them until they're at the point they need to, and help them work with theirs. It's just the way it is. And in business, if you're not in MLM, it is no different. You have to work with your staff. Get them to understand. Work with them. Help them be successful. Step 9. I'm not within the 5 minutes yet.
It's okay. Only 2 steps left. No worries.
Okay.
You're good.
Step 9 is evaluate your opportunity. Doesn't matter if it's MLM, doesn't matter if it's direct sales, doesn't matter if it's retail. You have to evaluate everything about your opportunity. So you have to look at what is real and what is unrealistic. 2 different sets. I could come out there and approach you. Well, you can make $10,000 a month within 3 months. Pretty unrealistic. You can make $500 over the next 9 months. Yeah, that's realistic. So you have to look at it and be practical about what you're saying. Yes, I could probably make $10,000 a month, but it might take a while to get there. Here's the system and the steps that you need to get there. You can always tell them that. Let your prospects know that business is work, not sit on the couch and wish. A lot of people have an idea of being in business for yourself. You're a boss, you get all this free time, you can go do this, you can go do that. Oh gee, I forgot to do my networking. I forgot to come to an event. I didn't do my one-on-ones because I wanted to play golf instead. You've got to watch it. Leave the lazy ones at home, not going to succeed anyway because you're not willing to put the work into it. So you really have to have that work ethic. And this is one that a lot of people do, especially when they come into MLM, they create a welfare system. Welfare system? Yeah, I'm going to sponsor my kids, man, and I'm going to do all the work for them. So you get more people into them, and all of a sudden you're working their contacts too. And then you're working their contacts and their contacts. Pretty soon you don't have any time for yourself, and nobody else has done the work except you. So don't create yourself a welfare system. I'm guilty because I put my daughter in there. I do all the work. What can you say? Kids are kids, right? You must also evaluate your compensation from whatever you're doing. Understand it thoroughly. Sometimes if you're in an MLM, it's very convoluted where you're going to make your money and how much you can make. There's no doubt about it. But if you're in business as well, not that MLM's not a business, but your business as well, how you make your money is worse. It's far more complex. Because you have cost of goods sold, you have labor costs, they're all variables. Now, how many units do you have to sell and what is the percentage of the markup? So you have to know what those numbers are. The numbers drive you to want to do more. If you have numbers, oh, well, maybe I'll make $100 this month. And pay your rent. Think about it. Know your numbers. You also have to remember, you have to make your business easy for part-timers to succeed. They can also climb your ladder. You absolutely have to make it easy for part-timers. It means whether they're physically working for you or you have them as part of your downline. If a part-timer can't make it, you're losing 80% of the population because most people will use it as a second job. Or if people are going to school, they may have 2 or 3 little jobs that they're doing. Make it easy for them to succeed in what you're doing. Did you know that the average distributor only sponsors 3 people in a lifetime? So think about your plan. If you have to go 5 wide, don't bring yourself up for a bit of failure right away. Because you may be creating a welfare system to get the last 2. So just think about it. 3 is the ideal. Now here's the big question. MLM or otherwise, you have to have a product people will buy without comp plan. In other words, a place where customers can come and buy anyway. And they couldn't give a rat's whatever.
Beep.
Beep. A rat's beep about your comp plan, but they want the product. I want to use Kate's store in this way because she sells a number of products you use in the household all the time. So there's no reason not to buy her. You don't have to join her organization, but you can be a customer. I'm promoting you today, Kate.
Thank you, Miss Bette. You're a good friend.
The last step. This is the hardest one for most people. Focus. Focus until your eyes cross. I come across people. What do you do? Well, my core business is this. Okay. What else do you do? Oh, I have this little side thing that I do. And oh, by the way, I have this. You hear the word multiple streams of income? It's usually multiple streams of outcome. The income is usually not great because you're not able to focus on any one particular thing to take full advantage. It's not that you can't have investments and things working for you on the outside. But if your focused attention is divided among 10 different things, before you're devoting 4 hours to the one thing you really want to make successful. So you have to focus, focus, focus. You are in competition for your prospect's attention against 9 hours of TV, radio, and internet a day, 40,000 words a day, all the recreation time, 2 to 3 hours a day, their work time. How are you going to get their attention? So you have to communicate well and communicate consistently. There's that follow-up. Consistent follow-up. So you've got to concentrate on what you're doing. If you have lots of products to sell, if they're not sort of one focused line, you will fall prey to a company that is specializing. And why is that? If you went to a general practitioner or a specialist, who do you think is smarter? Think about it. You think the specialist has a higher quality deal, which may or may not be true. So you will fall prey to those people that specialize. Because they think, oh wow, this person specializes in this, they know exactly what they're doing, whether they do or not. You're pushing quality to that person because they're a specialist. So even if you have a retail store, you're specializing in something. Doesn't matter what it is. Now the other thing about the streams of income, the more you promote multiple different streams, the more you're competing with the people you want to bring in your organization on different levels. So keep that concentration. As I said before, prospects believe the specialist knows more, has a better quality product, and a high price brings high quality. Ha ha ha. You can't have high quality and a low price, but you can have low quality and a high price. Just know where you stand with it. You have to make sure you can stand behind your products. Know they work. Get those testimonials, and just take it from there. And yes, in the final conclusion, you can have your cake and eat it too.
Really?
You can.
Wow.
Just figure out how you can cross the $10,000 a month threshold. Where do you have to take yourself to do that? How many people do you need to put into an organization? How many people need to come into your store to get $10,000 a month cash gross in your pocket? No, I'm not talking about the tax code. So the last thing you need to do, go to that successin10steps.com that I gave you on the front of that page, and you can download the ebook with all of this information and then scale it up. Doesn't cost you anything. Not going to solicit you, but I might form a relationship, so just be careful.